I just want to know when one goes live. Well, whoa, when I start knocking things all over the place. Okay, I have to follow the YouTube formula for people who haven't gone live a lot. Am I on live? Am I am I on? I can't tell. Who wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. That's scrolling too fast. I can't see it. I can't see it. Somebody needs to come and read this for me. Am I live? Okay, I'll cut that out. No, I won't because that's why I went live. It's because I'm so not into learning anything new. Got new equipment, new programs, uh, sweet editing software, and Photoshop. Photoshop. Uh, yeah. Hello to you, my lovelies. This is Miss Murder. Yeah, I know. It's a little weird, but Miss Murder's my brand, and Miss Murder I am. So let's do number one, talk about the channel real quick before we get into good stuff. And this is not going to be long because I don't have it to be long. That's kind of also why I'm doing live, because I don't have it in me to shoot it, then go back and edit it and make sure everything is perfect and then put it up. I just don't got it. Okay. Sorry. And if you were going, oh, how come I didn't get in I kept it private during the live stream because live is only live if you put it up, right? If you make it public, that's all. And being able to schedule it's sweet because then you don't have to worry too much about it at all unless you really screwed up and need to get it off there. All right. If I never mentioned it, I know I mentioned it, don't worry. Uh, for those of you who have never been to this channel, hello and welcome. Uh, my page had original intentions that were good and original intentions that were better, and then additional intentions that I thought were better but were not. In other words, this is going to be a friendly channel, okay? Um, yeah, I know about the junk down you see down below. I was thought about taking it off, but I thought I'd leave it as an example of the kind of stuff you can get into so easily. I don't have anything to do with any of these people, and I'm spending time, looking up stuff and typing stuff. No, I'm not gonna do that no more. I hope. Unless they both like, self-immolate. Immolation. Immolation is the word. I don't think immolate is. Look that up. No, don't look it up. So this channel, my base channel, will be cooking and sewing and everything in the house must be pretty. Oh, look what we can do with dried food. No. However, it is going to be about, and I hope this to be coming up sort of a community thing, talking about health, doctors, what should be doctors' protocol that they don't have or don't use, um, and any experiences that you care to put on this channel. Contact me on the email. They're showing more at gmail.com, and I'll put it up there. If you don't have an if you know, if you don't have one of these things, I can put your story up for you, and of course, take out names and all that good stuff. because we have to be so careful. That's another reason, like, I'd want to get out of doing that stuff because people are getting really nasty. And I was too. I am not leaving myself out. I'm not putting angel wings on. So, yeah, health. Um, why about health? Well, the reason why I've been gone a lot over the last year was because I broke my back. And oh, did you go to the hospital? No, you call for a doctor. You call for a doctor. Yeah. So we called and called and called. And this is a Providence town. I'm going to say that name. Providence town. They have leveled so many businesses that were sitting around the hospital and claim them as part of Providence town. They also have places on the town. I live between two towns, okay? They also have offices on the other side, not all, a bunch of new doctors, a bunch of new things available, and I can't get in to see anyone. Broken back. Well, it's not so broken she can't walk. Well, yeah, I could. I pretty much couldn't. Um, and this will be coming up in future. I will go into more detail. Basically, the last 4 months are because they screwed my brain. And with that, I am not kidding. They messed me up so bad. And that's what I meant about doctors and protocol is that apparently they had no protocol on what to do if they give a woman a drug for the first time and she has a reaction to it. And I'd call going into a coma for 4 days a reaction. Well, you could take her to the hospital. We can't fix this. That was a bad thing to say, and I got it because that I when we worked on the ambulance, there was a protocol for everything. Everything, water, everything. It's like what for those of you who work in businesses that handle chemicals, you have to have one of those chemical sheets for every chemical that what it is, what it does, what it doesn't do, what it'll do to you, what do you need to do if it's done to you, all of it. And they don't have a protocol. And that's all I'm going to talk about for doctors. But this is the thing. And I want this to be a full uh this is where I'd like to go. I'll be right back and throw my pillow in front of me. No, I'd like to have sections on my page on different things like I said, doctors and things that you've tried. I am not going to promote any products. I am not going to say, try this. It really worked for me. No. I have in my long life had bad results from all three or four or five different kinds of health paths. I've had good things, but bad things have happened too. So because of that, do not want to. I'm not typing. I don't want to act like I'm promoting something over something. Okay. So if you've got something that, and you tried something and it made you feel better, say that. But don't promote anything. And I will put your stories up. And a picture of you if you like. You do not have to. You can also have your, like I said, your name be, blank. Uh my horror stories don't belong here. Okay. My horror stories are my horror stories. I love horror. Horror is just hilarious to me. I just I'm just a short story horror uh yeah. So I had said I'm not going to be putting up a lot of channels. Why do you need a lot of channels? You know, the big guys have one channel. Well, no, a lot of big guys have two channels and some even have three. I will be setting up I won't take the stories away until it's ready, but I'm going to be setting up a channel specifically for horror stories because some of them need to be restricted. Okay. I don't want any restriction on this page. I want us to be able to talk about doctors, talk about health, talk about things we need to talk about. And I don't want people not coming to this page because some stuff is restricted. Now, the only thing that I can think of that would be restricted on this page, I've noticed on other pages, is if an actual medical procedure is shown. Okay. And that might happen once or twice. But with the horror stories, don't belong here. I am Miss Murder. I'll be Miss Murder for both, but horror, just shivering horror will be had when I get that set up. And th that won't be as hard. I was afraid of this. It's my husband. Hi, I'm talking to you live. This is Chrissy. You've called Big Sexy Girls Live. This is Chrissy. What is your favorite thing to do in bed? The answer is sleep, lots and lots of sleep. See, I can't even carry it even when I'm online. I'm online doing my coming back to life. Okay. Ooh, this. Oh, Norton. Okay. So, obviously, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I got the live to work and I, I, I had a feeling I should have looked at the clock before I did it. I did. Okay. No, no. I should have looked at the clock to know when to start going live. Yeah, because this phone call is live. Okay. All right. Love you too. Bye. He goes, oh, 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 ooh, 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 ooh. They're putting things up. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by your community guidelines. That's a whole nother thing altogether. And I think I will keep any talk about YouTube. And if anybody has Facebook issues, I got a good one. Um, yeah, that can go on this page too. That's important for everyone who is either thinking of trying or have been on this platform for years. And yes, this is my waddle. I have had it since birth. It's a happy little thing. Okay, one more thing. Now, when My Chemical Romance quit, I'm sorry. When My Chemical Romance quit, I was kind of bummed. They were my last uh, group crush, because in the 80s I had mine, in the 90s, and okay. Shut up, Shoy. You're making yourself older and older and older. Anyway, okay, they quit. Now, Gerard had started releasing his first Umbrella Academy series. Okay, because the their producers were black. Oh gosh, I'm glad I have it beside me so I can act like an ass, but not a total ass. Because I know it. Dark Horse Comics, which is Portland, Oregon. Ooh. So I had those, and in the first one, I read it and it blew me away. I mean, everybody almost bought number one of this academy because Gerard made it, and Gabriel Ba, who did a, oh my goodness, excellent work of artwork. I kind of did too, but I also wanted to see what kind of things were in his head, because he kind of, the last album was kind of woo. So I read it and it floored me. It was wonderful. I mean, now I don't read comic books. I hadn't read comic books since I was a kid. Now, when I was a kid, and we're talking maybe early teens, maybe 12, my brother would get comic books, and he would just, it was, there's no near things. I'm almost starting to miss out on here. And I forgot what it's called here. But anyway, perfect shape. I love whipping live. It's near perfect print because they're flat. There's no smears. They're great. So I wrote a letter because the production company allowed letters to the editor. And I wrote going, you know, and it's funny because the reason I said, I tried to give them an age of me without saying the age. I said, I haven't read comic books since Jean Grey turned to Black Phoenix. And they're, and I just saw today the next Marvel movie. And it's like, oh, but people know that you're making new stuff, right? I didn't like tell them anything that they weren't supposed to know. Oopsie. Well, if they keep uh re sorry, if they keep remaking the Jean Grey tale, that's ridiculous. But I did mean back. And I said, this is absolutely awesome. Actually, I don't remember exactly what I said, because the first one went by Zoom, the first Academy, and I read them as I got them. Now, for the second one, I was done trying to, remember, okay, now what did I read before this one? And I waited until they were all done, and waiting for the third. And the third was being hinted at on MySpace. Yeah, MySpace. And so I had collected them all first. Then, stuff happens. I wasn't as sick, but I was sick, and things going on. And one day I was so sick, to make myself not implode, I sat down with those comics and I read them one after one. Got to the fifth one and I read them. I read cover to cover and read the letters to the editor. Oh my God. My husband was home working on the cars and I'm like, get in there. What? My hands are greasy. Well, put your hands behind your back and look at this. That's my near claim to fame. See, my pitiful near claim. So I had been waiting and waiting for a Umbrella Academy. Now I don't really see movies at the theater anymore, but I'd go see that. But nothing happened. And then I see a little blurb going, so what do you think is going to happen in the second season of Umbrella Academy? And I went, actually, I squeaked higher than that, but I don't want to try to blow my throat out. It was like, what? It's been on what? A whole season? What? Oh, and thank you ever so much, Netflix, for keeping them there so that we can binge watch them. And I have been. And it's different. It of course it would be different from the comics. The main ideas are there. You miss a lot of story because comics, but I can see where they tried to keep it true to the series. And I'm up to I'm up to where number 5 wipes out the diner. I'm going, did he do that yet? And I'm thinking, and I went, oh, you mean this number 5? Is that showing up? That's my 5 Alive number 5. 5 Alive. That's my Umbrella Academy number 5 coffee cup, where he says, thanks for the coffee. After everyone is dead. Yeah, he's a super killing machine, but they haven't said yet. They bring it up later. I don't know. I'm not there yet. But I was checking out, seeing what prices on Umbrella Academy stuff was for. Ooh, bling. She's spendy. She's spendy to collector now. No, I do not open because it's got a little munch on the top. But this is another thing I have never opened. Sorry, you'll understand when it gets here. When it gets here, how long do we have to wait? This is the Umbrella Academy as or close to as they appear in the comic books. And number 5 is right here, little guy. So yeah. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because if you've watched any or all of God, this isn't showing up very well at all, is it? I'm trying to keep it out of whatever making that light. Anyway, this is spendy too now. Woo-hoo. I know, every time I put my fingers on it, it goes down a little. I think that was everything. I wanted to end on a positive note that I do have, oops, that I do have things, I do have interests, I do have some reasons to open up my eyes. I forgot it was live. I'm just looking at the looking at the ceiling. Okay, so my beautiful ones, I noticed most of you stayed with me. Thank you very much for that, considering how long it's been and how incredibly negative it's been. Talking about your health, especially when it's bad, of course, is a negative thing. But finding anything positive that you can find is a great thing. Like, I'm able now to sit and binge watch all of my Umbrella Academy series. They also put another series on there, um, Haunting of Hill House, which is quite irritating. Let me explain. The original Haunting of Hill House was written by, and I want to say Shirley Jackson, but her last name is Jackson. And this was in the 40s, 50s. And it was a great book, great book. And then they made a black and white movie out, Haunting of Hill House, and it was, but it still gave the same creepy quality that the book had. That was important. Now, for the 2000s, I think it's 1999, they went all out and decided to just screw the book, get the I lose words quickly. Get the CGI machines out here. We'll just place our stars when we want them to be. And the only reason I like it is it's the one who gets his head bopped off. And that is so nasty. Anyway, if you want to watch one on Hill House that is absolutely ridiculous, it starred Liam Neeson. He has a particular set of skills. And three other people, I can't think of her name right now. Wilson, I don't know the first name. I am afraid of naming his brother, who is quite likable. And so is he. He's just one of those people that is like, anyway. So, cats and kittens, dolls and dollettes. That was really weird. Live is weird. Live is really, really weird. And so I thank you very much for staying with me. Thank you very much for hanging with me in this live, not live setting. I am not going to promise anything because in my state, in my condition, no, that's not going to happen for a while. Right now, we're in, and we is my husband and I. We are in trying to keep it stationary. Stop everything. Just stop and settle down and stay. And I get a needle in my back 4 times a year. Isn't life precious? And you know what? I don't have my glasses on, so I could barely see the screen. And hoping you were watching it the same way. But the thing is, reason why I've been keeping you live is because I don't know how to turn this off. Mm-hmm. Is this how you No. Uh, eh, eh. I'm still talking to you. Am I still talking to you? Don't tell me I'm still talking to you. Eh, Okay, I'm gonna assume that means end stream. Bye, guys.